I'm Natalie Benz, and in today's video we are going to be looking at 6 haunted and cursed paintings. So let's get into it. This first painting we're going to be looking at is titled The Anguished Man, and it is definitely a scary looking painting, but wait until you hear the story behind it. Now, the artist that created this painting mixed the oil paints with his own blood. Then shortly after completing the painting, he committed suicide. The painting is currently in England and is in the possession of a man by the name of Sean Robinson, who got the painting from his grandmother. She had initially received it. It was an unwanted gift, so she had stored it in her attic for 25 years. The grandmother didn't want anything to do with the painting. She said it was evil, and she also claimed to have seen the dark figure of a man around her house at night, and also the sound of a man crying. When his grandmother passed away, Sean decided to take possession of this painting. He didn't really believe in the paranormal, but I guess after all the stories that his grandmother had told him about this painting, he was intrigued by it, so he took it in. Not long after Sean brings the painting into his home, he also starts to see the dark figure of a man walking around his house at night, and also hears the sound of a man crying and moaning. As time goes on, things gradually start to get worse for Sean and his wife. They would hear crying coming from the corner of their bedroom, and they would also see the dark figure of a man standing at the bottom of their bed, staring at them. It didn't take long before Sean's wife had enough of this painting and refused to have it hanging in the home. So Sean moved the painting and he stored it in the basement. Many websites claim to have been selling this haunted painting, but Sean insists that any websites claiming to be selling the Anguished Man painting are selling fakes, because he still has the original and he will never sell it. The original painting is locked securely away and is not for sale. This next painting is an Untitled painting. The artist's name is, I'm going to try and pronounce this, Zdzislaw Beksinski. Zdzislaw Beksinski. Beksinski was a Polish painter, and all of his paintings were untitled. As an artist, Beksinski was fascinated by death, decay, and darkness. He took to painting as it offered the possibility of photographic dreams. That's how he liked to put it. His life became shrouded with tragedy. In 1998, Beksinski's wife Sofia died of cancer. And just a year later, his son Thomas committed suicide. Then in 2005, Beksinski was murdered. He had a cleaning lady, and one day his cleaning lady's son, who was 19 years old, asked Beksinski for a loan. He wanted to borrow money off him. And when he refused to loan him money, the teenager stabbed Beksinski to death. There are people that believe that anybody who looks at this painting for a long time will die shortly after. The next painting we're going to look at is titled The Hands Resist Him. This painting was created in 1972 by an artist called Bill Stoneham. The painting depicts a young boy and a female doll standing in front of a glass panelled door, and there are many hands pressed against the door. Looking at this painting, it definitely gives me a feeling of sadness, a feeling of uneasiness. It's creepy. And the doll, to me at least, seems to look alive. According to the artist, the boy in the painting is himself, based on a photograph of himself when he was 5 years old. The doorway represents the dividing line between the waking world and the world of fantasies and impossibilities. The doll is a guide that will escort the boy through the door into this other world. The hands pressed against the glass represent alternate lives or possibilities. The painting was displayed at an art gallery, and within 1 year of coming into contact with the painting, 3 people died. An art critic that mentioned the painting in an LA newspaper, the gallery owner, and the man that purchased the painting from the gallery. All 3 of those died within 1 year of coming into contact with this very painting. Now, the painting was forgotten about by many and wasn't seen for years and years until an elderly couple found the painting abandoned behind a brewery. The couple didn't keep the painting for long. They put it for sale on eBay with a very strange and dramatic advert for it. Okay, so I'm going to read the original advert to you now. When we received this painting, we thought it was really good art. A picker had found it abandoned behind an old brewery. At the time, we wondered a little why a seemingly perfectly fine painting would be discarded like that. And then in brackets it says, "Today we don't." One morning, our 4.5-year-old daughter claimed that the children in the picture were fighting and coming into the room during the night. Now, I don't believe in UFOs or Elvis being alive, but my husband was alarmed. To my amusement, he set up a motion-triggered camera for the nights. After 3 nights, there were pictures. The last 2 pictures shown are from that stakeout. After 3 nights, there were pictures. The last 2 pictures shown are from that stakeout. After seeing the boy seemingly exiting the picture under threat, we decided the painting had to go. Please judge for yourself, but before you do, please read the following warning and disclaimer. Warning: do not bid on this painting if you are susceptible to stress-related disease, faint of heart, or are unfamiliar with supernatural events. By bidding on this painting, you agree to release the owners of all liability in relation to the sale or any events happening after the sale that might be contributed to this painting. This painting may or may not possess supernatural powers that could impact or change your life. However, by bidding, you agree to exclusively bid on the value of the artwork with disregard to the last 2 photos featured in this auction and hold the owners harmless in regard to them and their impact, expressed or implied. Now that we got this out of the way, one question to you eBayers. We want our house to be blessed after this painting has gone. Does anyone know anyone who is qualified to do this? The size of the painting is 24 by 36 inches, so it is rather large. As I have had several questions, here are the following answers. There was no odour left behind in the room. There were no voices or the smell of gunpowder, no footprints or strange fluids on the wall. To deter questions in this direction, there are no ghosts in this world, no supernatural powers. This is just a painting, and most of these things have an explanation. This is just a painting, and most of these things have an explanation. In this case, probably a fluke lighting effect. I encourage you to bid on the artwork and consider the last 2 photographs as pure entertainment, and please do not take them into consideration when bidding. They also added images to this eBay listing. These were images taken by the motion-triggered camera that show the doll from the painting threatening the little boy in the painting with a pistol in her hand. They also included a warning not to use the painting's image as a computer wallpaper and to never show the painting or images of the painting to juveniles or children. The eBay advert for this painting had over 300,000 views. Many people who went to view the painting said that they immediately felt queasy and faint. Some said that they became overcome with a deep sense of unease. People even claimed that they experienced disturbing effects just from looking at the painting online, not even in person. Some said they felt nauseous, dizzy, faint, or irrationally terrified when looking at an image of the painting, while others claimed that their children would run away screaming if they saw the painting, or that babies would cry in the presence of the painting. A few people that looked at the painting online said that when they tried to download the painting to print it off, that their printers would not work. They would not print this painting. And even creepier, there were some that reported hearing eerie, disembodied voices or feeling hot gusts of air when looking at the painting, blanking out for long periods of time, being gripped by some unseen force, being grabbed or tickled by invisible hands, or even having their mind controlled by a mysterious entity. The Hands Resist Him painting went on to get quite a reputation online and went on to get 30 bids and was purchased for $1,025 by an art gallery owner in Michigan. The painting has only been brought out for viewing a few times, and every time that it's been brought out for viewing, it stirs up feelings of dread and unease to those who view it. Okay, so the next painting we're going to be looking at is called Replica of Love Letters, and it was painted by Charles Trevor Garland. Now this painting I find absolutely beautiful. The colours, the perceived sweetness, the innocence, although I do get a very slight feeling of creepiness from it, but that could be just because I know the story of it. So this painting is displayed at the Driskin Hotel in Austin, Texas. Now in this same location, in 1887, a 4-year-old girl called Samantha fell down the stairs and died whilst chasing her ball. The painting isn't actually of Samantha, but people claim that it looks a lot like her, and many believe that the spirit of Samantha haunts the painting. Now there have been many strange reports about this painting from guests at the hotel. There have been reports that the girl in the painting's expression changes, and many claim to feel sick or uneasy after looking at the painting for too long. Some guests at the hotel even reported seeing the ghost of a little girl playing with a ball. The next painting is called The Crying Boy. This painting, along with many similar paintings of children crying, were created by Italian artist Bruno Amadio under the name Giovanni Regolin. Prints of these paintings were mass-produced and widely sold throughout the UK. So this is where it gets weird. The painting was found in numerous buildings that had been burnt to the ground. The painting would be discovered in the rubble, in the ashes of these burnt down buildings, but the painting would be absolutely fine. In 1985, a well-known British tabloid newspaper called The Sun released an article called The Blazing Curse of the Crying Boy. The article was about a painting that caused fires. And in the article, a local fire station officer said that these paintings turned up mysteriously unscathed in fires all across the UK, all of which started spontaneously. The Sun newspaper then claimed that they had received so many calls from readers claiming that the same thing had happened to them. Their home had burnt down, but the painting had survived. There were so many cases that the Sun newspaper offered to take in the cursed painting off their readers' hands. And soon their offices were stacked with over 2,500 prints of the Crying Boy. These were eventually burnt in a gigantic bonfire. Now there was a rumour about the Crying Boy painting, and there is no evidence to back this part of the story up. But the rumour was that the crying boy in the painting was actually a Spanish street urchin by the name Don Bonillo, whose parents had died in a fire. No one wanted to take this little boy in because supposedly wherever he stayed, fires would spontaneously start. An artist painted him, but then the artist's studio was mysteriously destroyed by fire. Years later, an unidentified body was found in the charred remains of a car. The name on the driving license was Don Bonillo. In 2010, BBC radio presenter and comedian Steve Punt attempted to burn the Crying Boy painting on his radio show. The attempt was filmed and put on YouTube. Punt set fire to the painting, but the flames would not spread. So he concluded that the painting was covered in some sort of fire retardant coating. So that would possibly explain why the painting always survived these fires, why it always turned up in these fires, in the rubble, but it was unscathed. But it doesn't explain why all of these fires with the painting in started in the first place. Is the painting haunted or cursed, or is it just one big coincidence? And the final painting that I'm going to be talking about is called The Rain Woman. This is a painting by artist Svetlana Telets, who claims that a hand was guiding her to paint this painting. The painting took her less than 5 hours to complete, and once she completed it, people who purchased the painting from her returned it very shortly after. So I'm going to tell you about the first 3 people to purchase the Rain Woman painting from Svetlana. The first person to purchase the Rain Woman painting from Svetlana was a businesswoman. She hung the painting on the wall in her bedroom, and after 2 weeks, she rang Svetlana late in the evening and said this: "Please take it back, I can't sleep. It feels like there is someone else in my apartment beside me. I even took it off the wall and hid it behind the cupboard, but I still have this feeling." The second person to purchase the painting was a young man, and he also couldn't stand it. He took the painting back to Svetlana without even taking his money back. He just wanted it gone. He said that he kept dreaming about it every night and complained that every night there was a shadow of the woman from the painting walking around. He stated that it was sending him mad, and he was extremely afraid of this painting. The third person to buy this painting from Svetlana was a man who was skeptical and didn't believe all the things that were rumoured to be happening about this painting. But he, like the others, soon returned it after purchasing it. He started to see the lady in the painting's white eyes everywhere, and he also claimed to have intense headaches whilst being in the same room as the painting. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. That would be amazing. And what I would love to know from you is, if you had to choose one of these 6 paintings to hang in your home, which one would you choose? And also, which one would you least like to hang in your house? I would love to know. Please comment below to let me know. Also, if you enjoy my videos but you're not yet subscribed, please go ahead and click that subscribe button, and also click the notification bell so you don't miss any time I upload a video. That would be amazing. And come and join our YouTube family, where we love all things weird and creepy and strange, mysterious, unusual, and all that good stuff. And if you're already a part of this YouTube family, you're already subscribed, then thank you so much for sticking around. And remember, always keep an open mind. Now I'm going to make a lovely cup of tea, so I will see you in my next video.